Good morning, students. Welcome you all. In this lecture of English, we are going to begin our 1.5 lesson, Mrs. Addis, by Sheila K. Smith. It is an interesting story, crime story. So, before discussion of that lesson, we have to complete the icebreakers given on page number 43. Open your book and let's complete the activities. The first activity given in icebreaker says, share your opinions or feelings with your partner about a stranger who has a villainous look or appearance. What here you have to do? Share your opinions or feelings with your partner about what? A stranger. Stranger means a completely unknown person who has a villainous look or appearance. Because the person's look is villainous, means just like a bad man, bad person. That means दुष्ट माणूस, ज्याला विलन म्हणतो आपण. We know the concept. What does it mean? Villain means. So when we saw a person or look his appearance, it looks like a villain, that time what kind of feelings come in your head? You have to write in this web chart. So the central idea is I feel. How do you feel? 4 points you have to fill up here. So first of all we can say I feel fearful, means we scare. If a person is looking at you, that means a stranger looking at you in a villainous manner, that time we get scared or fearful. भीती वाटते आपल्याला. So write here first point, fearful. I feel fearful. Now second is I feel curious. Sometimes we feel curiosity to know about the man. Who is he or she? उत्सुकता लागते, eager होतो आपण जाणून घ्यायला की. That means I feel curious. Then next is I feel suspicious. When the person is staring you or looking at you, so that time you feel suspicious, doubtful, थोडीशी शंका येते, संशयास्पद. Then third point, right? Suspicious. Then last is I feel like avoiding. Means we try to avoid the person as soon as possible. We try to elope from that place. We never like to stand there or sit there in front of or in company of that kind of person. So understood? In this first activity you have to fill up your own opinions about a stranger whose look is like a villain. Now, next activity is recall your favorite crime story on TV. Discuss with your friend how you could prevent the villain or theft from committing the crime or theft. What you have to do in this activity? Remember your favorite crime story on TV. There are different channels, and on different channels different crime stories are there. Just like CID, on ZTV there is also 2 programs, crime stories are there going on nowadays. Then Crime Patrol and so on. So you have to discuss about your favorite crime story on TV. Discuss with your friend how you could prevent the villain or theft from committing the crime or theft. Here you have to discuss with your partner about how could you prevent means stop the villain or theft. म्हणजे विलन म्हणजे काही चूक, कोण एखादा चूक करत असेल किंवा एखादा गुन्हा करत असेल तर तुम्ही कसं त्याला प्रिव्हेंट कराल, थांबवाल. थेफ्ट मीन्स रॉबरी, चोरी होत असेल तर कसं थांबवाल. So discuss with your partner and try to complete the answer of this question. Now second is afterwards, in that the first point is The feeling of a person when he commits a mistake are. What kind of feelings come in the head of a person when he do a mistake, commits a mistake or a crime? एखादा गुन्हा केल्यानंतर त्या माणसाच्या डोक्यामध्ये काय काय विचार येतात, भावना येतात, ते तुम्हाला लिहायचे तिथं. फिलिंग्स म्हणजे भावना. सो हियर फर्स्ट इज गिवन ऑलरेडी टू यू. He tries to justify it. Either he or she tries to justify himself or herself. ते स्वतःला सिद्ध करण्याचा, वाचवण्याचा प्रयत्न करतात. Yes. Then what is the next B, C, D and E? We can say he or she tries to hide it. I have completed this activity. So afterwards or now also you can complete this. He or she tries to hide it because of fear of punishment. People or villains or the persons try to hide their mistake or their crime. This we have seen everywhere. Now next is he or she tries to blame someone else. Actually they do this crime but they try to blame एनिबडी एल्स. दुसऱ्याचंच नाव घेऊन रिकामे होतात की मी केलेलंच नाही, त्यानं केलं असेल. नेक्स्ट इज ही और शी ट्राईज टू गेट सिम्पथी. समटाइम्स दोज पीपल क्राय, वीप, येल अँड ट्राय टू कलेक्ट सिम्पथी फ्रॉम अदर पीपल. लोकांच्याकडून सिम्पथी कलेक्ट करण्याचा प्रयत्न करतात. त्यासाठी ते हवं तो मार्ग तयार करत असतात की रडणे, किंचाळणे, आरडाओरडा करणे, गयावया करणे आणि ते ट्राय टू कलेक्ट द सिम्पथी. Now next is he or she pretends to be innocent. Yes, they try to pretend, they try to show that we are innocent, we haven't done anything wrong. आम्ही काही चूक केलेलं नाही हे दाखवण्याचा प्रयत्न करतात that they are innocent. Understood? Now you can fill up your own points also here. Then next is the person who makes mistake or commits crime should be punished because. Yes, we must punish the crime. Why? What is your opinion or what are your different opinions? You have to write here. The person who make mistake or commits crime, जो एखादी चूक करतो किंवा गुन्हा करतो, should be punished because त्याला त्याच्या चुकीची शिक्षा किंवा गुन्ह्याची शिक्षा झालीच पाहिजे. का म्हणून त्याची कारणं लिहायचीत खाली. फर्स्ट इज ए, बी, सी अँड डी. दिस ॲक्टिव्हिटी ऑल्सो आय हॅव कम्प्लिटेड. नाव द फर्स्ट ए इज ही और शी शुड नॉट रिपीट मिस्टेक अगेन. बिकॉज ऑफ पनिशमेंट पर्सन स्केअर, घाबरून जातात माणसं पनिशमेंटला. सो इट इज सच अ गुड थिंग to punish for a mistake. He or she should not repeat mistake again. Because of punishment, what they do, they never commit the same kind of mistake again. म्हणजे परत ते करायलाच वाटायला तर जात नाही. सेकंड इज that means B, he or she can misunderstand forgiveness as weakness. जर पनिशमेंट झालीच नाही तर काय करतायत, दे मिसअंडरस्टँड दॅट. आपण एखाद्याला माफ केलं तर त्या माफीचा ते चुकीचा अर्थ लावतात आणि आहे तो गुन्हा परत करत राहतात. सो पनिशमेंट इज एसेन्शियल, मस्ट. Others will learn from his or her experience and won't dare to do so. When we punish somebody or someone, that time other people also learn from his experience that we should not do this kind of act, otherwise we also will get the punishment. So they won't dare to do so. Understood? And the last, this is the only way we can keep law and order in a country as densely populated as India. Punishment is the only way to keep law and order, to maintain law and order in a country as densely populated as India. Means India is densely thick populated country. So here, to maintain law and order, punishment is essential. Punishment, गुन्हा झाल्यानंतर त्याला शिक्षा झालीच पाहिजे, नाहीतर हे गुन्हे आणखीन वाढत जातात. That's why punishment is must. Now we have completed these activities. Write down the answers or points given here or by your own. Now turn the page number 44. On this page, the information about the writer is given, and also in the second paragraph, short information about this lesson is given. Mrs. Addy is an interesting story, crime story, and written by very famous writer Sheila K. Smith, who was an English novelist and poet. And also a poet. Many of her novels were set in the borderlands of Sussex and Kent in the English regional tradition. Now Sussex means what? Sussex is a place, a country in the south of England. Sussex is the country in the south of England, where she has written various novels and books. Her book, The End of the House of Allard, became a bestseller. Here the name of her one book is given, which is best-selling book. The title of that book is The End of the House of Allard. Understood? She is most prolific writer. She has written so various novels and also many poems. And also this interesting story is prescribed from her collection. So what is the story in it? Let's see from the second paragraph. The story is about a peasant woman. Peasant means farmer. This is Mrs. Addis is a story of a peasant who is a farmer woman who finds a desperate young man at her doorsteps. What happens? See, the story is about a peasant woman who finds a desperate young man at her doorstep. This lady, Mrs. Addis, was alone at home, and she found a man, desperate young man. Desperate means having lots of hope. Means one person suddenly came in front of her house who had hopes from this lady. Desperate means he was very much hopeful from this lady, pleading of her to give him protection from the police. And that man was requesting to this lady to give him protection. From whom? From police. He had been poaching on the nearby estate. Poaching means here illegal hunting. That here he had been poaching. That man had been doing illegal hunting on the nearby estate. That lady was living in the farm, and nearby estate, nearby area, that man was doing illegal hunting. And in panic, what exactly happened? That is given in this last line. And in panic, that critical situation had killed one of the gamekeepers. In that estate, there were some people who were protecting that area from animals. But in that panic situation, this young man was doing illegal hunting, who killed a man, and because of that, protecting himself from police, he reached to the Mrs. Addis' house, and he started requesting to Mrs. Addis to protect him from police. Only few lines from this paragraph arouse curiosity in our mind. What happens next, or what happened next? So, for the detailed study of this lesson, we have to go through the text on page number 44. Turn the page number 44, Mrs. Addis. Now let's see what happened with Mrs. Addis in detail. I'm going to read the first paragraph. In northeast Sussex, a great tongue of land runs into Kent. In northeast Sussex, northeast means side, it's a direction, Ishanya Disha. Sussex, now in glossary here given, Sussex means a country in the south of England. It's a country, it's a name of a country. In northeast Sussex, a great tongue of land. A great tongue of land is also meaning given here. A long stretch of land branching out from the main road. Means there was a long patch of land, मोठा शेताचा तुकडा जो कुठे आहे ससेक्स मध्ये. Tongue of land runs into Kent, and that place, the name of that place is Kent. It is a land of woods. That Kent is a land of woods. Kent is a place. It is land of woods. Woods means here forest or jungle. There was a thick forest, the Old Hammer Woods, and the name of that forest was Old Hammer Woods of the Sussex iron industry, and among the woods gleamed the hammer ponds. What is there? There was a place named Kent. That place was a land of woods means forest. There was a thick forest. The name of that forest was Hammer Woods of the Sussex iron industry. And there was one iron industry, and among the woods gleam the hammer ponds. Here gleam means what? Produce or reflect light. त्या पाण्यावर लाईट पडला की तो रिफ्लेक्ट व्हायचा. दॅट वॉज ग्लीमिंग हॅमर पॉन्ड्स. हॅमर पॉन्ड्स इज द नेम ऑफ दॅट पॉन्ड. हिअर गिवन पॉन्ड्स, पाण्याचं तळं. Owing to the thickness of the woods, the road that passes Mrs. Addis's cottage is dark long before the fields beyond. In that thick forest of Kent, that lady Mrs. Addis was living in her small cottage. There was the road. The road that passes Mrs. Addis's cottage is dark long. It was very completely dark, प्रचंड काळोख दाटलेला, long before the fields beyond. म्हणजेच मिसेस ॲडिसच्या त्या झोपडीपासून जाणारा जो रस्ता होता तो शेताच्या बऱ्याच अलीकडं अगदी काळ्या कुठ्ठ अंधारामध्ये बुडून गेलेला होता. Then what happened? That night there was no twilight and no moon. Only a few pricks of fires in the black sky above the trees. Means that time that was night time, and here that night there was no twilight. There was no twilight means not half light or sandhi prakash. At the time of sunset, the reflection of rays in sky means not completely dark night or daylight. The soft glowing light from the sky when the sun is below the horizon. That means at the time of evening, रात्र सुरू व्हायची आणि दिवस संपण्याची जी वेळ आहे, संधी प्रकाश, ट्विलाइट मीन्स संध्याकाळचा जो अंधुक प्रकाश असतो तसाही नव्हता. अँड नो मून, ओनली अ फ्यू प्रिक्स ऑफ फायर. प्रिक्स ऑफ फायर्स meaning is given here. Pricks of fire means stars. There were few stars shining in the sky. black sky above the trees. Here look, black sky above the trees. But what the darkness hid, the silence revealed. Hid is the past tense of hide. But what the darkness hide, the silence revealed. जे अंधाराने झाकलं केलं होतं ते शांततेमुळं, बिकॉज ऑफ सायलेन्स रिव्हेल्ड. शांततेमुळं मात्र इतकी नीरव शांतता होती त्या ठिकाणी की प्रत्येक प्रकारचे आवाज त्या ठिकाणी येत होते, विच वॉज व्हेरी क्वाइट. इन द ॲब्सल्यूट स्टिलनेस ऑफ द नाईट, वाइल्डनेस अँड क्लिअर, every sound was distinct, intensified. In that area there was complete darkness and also quietness. Because of that, each and every sound was quite audible properly. What is given here in the first paragraph? The information about the Kent, the place where Mrs. Addis was living, is given. The place was very quiet and that was the woody area, means forest, thick forest was there. So what happened next? The distant bark of dog at Delmorden sounded close at hand, and the man who walked on the road could hear the echo of his own footsteps following him like a nail. Here in this line, in the absolute stillness of the night, wildness and clear, every sound was distinct and intensified. Means everywhere there was only the silence. The distant bark of dog. Bark means barking dogs. We have heard this saying that barking dogs म्हणजे भुंकणं, कुत्र्यांचं भुंकणं जे आहे ते अगदी जवळ ऐकू येत होतं. Bark of dog at Delmorden. Delmorden means name of village. Delmorden means it's a name of a village. From that village, the bark of dogs sounded close at hand. म्हणजे अगदी हाताच्या अंतरावर. Close at hand means very near. Here very near, given the meaning. And the man who walked on the road could hear the echo of his own footsteps. The person who walks on the road, he could hear his own footsteps clearly, following him like a nail. The meaning of these lines is, the man who walked on the road could hear the echo of his own footsteps, following him like a nail. Nail means here sound of a bell, especially for death or funeral. म्हणजे जसं काय मृत्यूची सूचना, मृत्यूसूचक घंटानाद होत तसे तो आवाज पाठीमागं त्या माणसाच्या येत असल्यासारखा प्रतिध्वनी, इको मीन्स प्रतिध्वनीचा भास त्या चालणाऱ्या माणसाला होत होता. Understood in the first paragraph, the information about the place is given. Then what happened in the next one? Every now and then he made an effort to go more quietly, but the roadside was a mass of thorns, and their cracking and rustling were nearly as loud as the thud of his feet on the road. Every now and then means every moment. The man was very much careful about the sound. He made an effort. He was taking too much efforts to go more quietly. But the roadside was mass of thorns. Mass. प्रचंड काट्यांचे ढीग, काटाकुटांचे ढीग होते. So mass of thorns and their cracking, breaking and rustling means सळसळाट, पानांचा आवाज, were nearly as loud as the thud of his feet. Thud means the sound of footsteps, आवाज on the road. He was trying to walk quietly, but the sound of dried thorns, leaves was very much loud. Besides Besides, they made him go slowly, and he had no time for that. Because of that, he was walking slowly, but he had no time to walk slow because he had no time. Understood? Means in the second paragraph, the information about that man given who had killed a person by mistake in the dark night, who was trying to save himself from police. So he started walking from the thick forest. He was trying to keep silence, but he had no time to spare in that night. So the next paragraph, when he came to Mrs. Addis's cottage, he paused a moment. When he reached there where Mrs. Addis was living, he paused. He stopped there for a moment. Only a small patch of grass lay between it and the road, and he looked in at the lighted, uncurtained window. When that man reached to Mrs. Addis's cottage, he stopped for a while, and there was only one small patch of green grass lay between the road and that hut or that cottage, and he looked in at the lighted uncurtained window. He had not went through the door. He just stopped outside the window and he started peeping through it. फ्रॉम अनकर्टन विंडो, अनकर्टन, कर्टन म्हणजे पडदा, अनकर्टन पडदा नसलेल्या खिडकीतून त्याने आत पाहायला सुरुवात केली. ही कुड सी मिसेस ॲडिस स्टूपिंग ओव्हर द फायर. मीन्स दॅट फ्रॉम दॅट प्लेस he could see Mrs. Addis, who was doing some work. She stooping. Here stooping over means bend over. She bent over, त्या वाकलेल्या होत्या काही घेण्यासाठी. Bend over the fire, taking some pot or kettle of it. की त्या ठिकाणी काही भांडं होतं किंवा ते kettle of milk or oil was there. She bent over it to take it. He hesitated and seemed to wonder. He was a big, heavy working man, not successful, judging by the poverty of his appearance. That man was very strong. He was big, also heavy, and working man. उंच धिप्पाड माणूस होता. Not successful. But here one word is given, not successful, means because of his appearance that anyone can guess that he is not successful, unsuccessful person. Judging by the poverty of his appearance. Through his appearance it was very clear to all that he was unsuccessful or not successful man. For a moment he made as if he would open the window. Means for a moment he thought that he would open window, खिडकी उघडून बघावं काय. Then he changed his mind and went to the door instead. Instead of opening that window, he changed his mind and he directly went to the door to go inside. Understood? Means in these three paragraphs we have seen that Mrs. Addis was living in the thick forest in Kent. That time she was alone at night. One man came quietly, silently. When he reached at Mrs. Addis's cottage, he looked into her cottage through the uncurtained window and he decided to go inside finally. And so he went to the door instead the window. Understood? The remaining part we will see in the next lecture.